Good afternoon. This just in. Okay, my lovelies, I want to talk to you about judging people as they go through growth, as they go through their journey of growth, right? You cannot condemn somebody for something that they did before they lack their current knowledge of said things. Because life is all about learning. We are all here in this learning journey because we don't know. I liken this life to like Lord of the Flies. If you do not read that book or watch the movie so you could get better context. I don't know about the latest Lord of the Flies movie, but I watched it back in the 90s. And I also read the book because we had to read it in school. And it's basically about these kids who are like stranded on this island and without adults, and they had to develop their own government. And that's basically what you see going on today. And that is exactly why we have to stop with this condemnation, right? I just think about how much I evolve within a day's period of time. I can watch something, hear something, interact with someone, just sit with myself and analyze my experiences, and my whole ideology changes and my convictions change based on a new truth that has been inserted into my life. We all do this every day, but when other people do it, we look down on it. Why is that? Arrogance, ego, wanting to feel like we are above somebody. But where does that get you? Nowhere, because you will be exposed eventually. Like, you cannot constantly cast light onto other people's but hide your shadow side. Your shadow side is going to be revealed. And the same level of compassion that you want when your shadow side is being exposed, you should want for others. And it's not even so much about your shadow side being exposed. These people's weaknesses being exposed gives us all opportunities to learn from those experiences. It's not for us to look at our lives and think that we are better than the next person just because they've experienced things and we haven't. That is why I invite us all to have honest dialogue, right? When you have honest dialogue, all filters come off. And there's no pointing fingers tick for tack. It's taking accountability for where you stand and say, okay, and then what happened? How can we grow from here? Not, I'm going to hide all my mistakes so I can seem high and mighty and better than everyone else. I don't do that because I learned from life experiences that is not ideal. When you hide life lessons from one another, we will repeat them because we're not telling people why we didn't do certain thing and why things are a certain way. So I want you to become more compassionate in your judging ways and think, why do you feel the need to judge people? How insecure are we that we feel that we have to judge people external? So instead of, when you feel that notion to judge, I want you to analyze within yourself, what is within me that's making me feel insecure right now? That I have to tear someone else down to make me feel better. Because why else will we tear anybody else down? Unless we have like some type of psychological issue that's going on. But no one that is healthy and sound would like to tear anyone down. Only insecure, broken people do that. So I want you to just sit back and analyze your movements and analyze the things that you have gone through. And when you analyze those emotions underlying these experiences, we can get to the healing work. Because the individual healing work that you do is going to help the collective. Just how negative emotions are contagious, so is positive emotions. When you feel good, you can make people feel good around you. You know? And this is why I share my story with people. I used to hide. It was until this one day when there was somebody looking over my shoulder when I was writing in my blog, and they asked me if they could send those words that I wrote to someone else because it conveyed exactly how they was feeling at the moment, and it was healing for them. And so from that moment on, I stopped being fearful of sharing my experiences. I mean, don't get me wrong, I might not share it with you when it happens because I'm still processing it. But I'll share my journey once I gain an understanding of what I've gone through and what I've been through. That's when I share it. And I share it in a way so the people could take the lead out of the pain of their own lives. Yeah, we all make mistakes, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Nate, show me one person that hasn't, that just was born and just got everything right, even though they was living amongst toxicity that wasn't created by themselves. Show me where they just did not make any errors. That's not going to happen, right? So I want you to start having that same compassion for yourself so that compassion that you have for you could transcend to those around you. We are all we have. Once you know and understand that, we can start holding each other's hands better. You know, me and my son was talking about this earlier, how when foreigners come from another country, they all hold hands with one another because they realize the importance that they have are all they have. That's what we have to start doing, but collectively, globally, knowing and understanding, especially with this new creation of this global economy that's going on. We have to know and understand, I am my brother and sister's keeper. And how do you do that? By being accountable for you and the choices and decisions that you make. That's how you can help. Think about how individual cells are important for the greater body. They don't perform every function, but they make sure that they perform their function well. When they perform their function well, the whole body benefits. And that's what I want you to start thinking about. All right, my lovelies, you have a wonderful, amazing self-care Saturday. And I just want this to be a reminder of being kind to yourself and others as well. All right, you have a wonderful, amazing, fruitful Saturday.